Hello everyone. In this episode we are going to end Act 2 by going over there. We are going to land on Dragonus. Let's see. Let's go to the palace. And we are going to choose Cassia instead of Iliad for this one. Let's go. Okay, I think I'm going to change also one item. This could be useful to pass some skill checks. I think I'm going to keep this, to take this. And I'm going to give something else to Abelard. Maybe this one. And Seran, you can take this one for now. This is it. Maybe I can give you something else like this armor. I think this one will be better for Act 3. And I can also give something else to Kibela. This weapon. Yeah, this is better. Let's continue. Glory to the God Emperor. Let's see what you can find over there. Similar finds all over the planet. Many sages and acolytes of the arcane sciences were puzzled over this trophy brought from a forgotten world on the outskirts of the Coronus Expanse. Yeah, let's go over there. Shady character. What a lovely day it is, your lordship. Your presence only makes it better. Who are you? Head of Kiavagama's delegation. May the Omnissiah bless the von Valancius dynasty. Glinting in the light, the coin falls into the clear water and sinks to the bottom. J. Such illustrious society, such well-heeled nobles needed. It would be worth visiting Dragonus even without getting to know you, Shirin. This world offers huge scope for doing business. The walls of your home suffocate me, Elentak. I long to leave this twisted world at the first opportunity. A living, fruit-bearing tree in the heart of a hive world is a fantastical sight. They probably use a lot more water to tend to this tree than the average Dragonus citizen can hope to receive in their daily ration. Let's check on Kibela. Make you people leave, Domin Severan. Their idle questions are getting in the way of my watch. Let's see. Maybe let's go over there first. Everything has been repaired. The cogitator is producing rhythmic sounds, among which a faint ringing stands out. Yeah, everything is repaired, has been repaired. Let's see, let's go to the palace, to the main room. And let's talk maybe to Solomon first. You wouldn't believe the kinds of poisons Glato has detected in your various nobles' possessions. Fortunately, they made no attempts on your life, so I limited myself to sending them a simple message. They may squabble as much as they like, but the moment it puts the Protectorate at risk, they will feel the end of justice bearing down on them. Cassia, talking about paintings, I guess. My compliments to your taste in art. The collection here is extensive and most interesting. Greetings, Lord Captain. My appearance has caused a slight disturbance in the ranks of the servants of the Omnissiah assigned to the palace. Analysis of the performance of rituals and maintenance litanies has produced a satisfactory result. Thank you, Pascal. Let's talk to Adira. Ah, good old Dargonis. It's boring here without Lady Theodora. She loved to liven up this sleepy little place with a couple of crazy decrees and public floggings of flabbergasted nobles. Let's talk to Abelard. Abelard? While we are on Dargonis, I will check the Secretary's reports and keep an eye on the logisticians. Master Danrock does his job well, but a little scrutiny goes a long way with him. I think we are ready. Let's go talk to the Master of Ceremonies. The servant in fine clothes offers you a deep bow. Your Lordship, it is a great honor to serve you in an undertaking as monumental and glorious as the Magna Accessio ceremony. You have been entrusted with arranging the festivities? I have indeed, Your Lordship. I have been given the high honor of being steward of this eminent palace, and on the occasion of Your Lordship's accession, I will be overseeing the preparations for the ceremony. House Berzerian, to whom you entrusted the arrangements for the festivities, is overjoyed at having received the honor of introducing you to your subjects, and humbly thanks you. Is everything ready? The palace decorations are prepared, and we are ready to begin at your command. The festive activities in the capital have likewise been arranged, and the guests of honor either have arrived on the planet or are awaiting invitation in near orbit. The servants are already in your chambers to see to it that you are impeccably garbed for the occasion. Let us begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. Rejoice, Van Valancius subjects. In honor of the Ascension, the new Rogue Trader generously shows you his favor. Witness these wild and merciless warriors face each other in a fight to the death. All for your amusement, good folk. Anyone is allowed to participate, and the winners of these battles will be granted the privilege of becoming privates in the Van Valancius Wardens. Be merry and praise the Rogue Trader's name. The crowd below is roaring, their electrified exaltation filling the air of Dargonus. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voices, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonus. You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. A great honor bestowed upon us by Rogue Trader Severan von Valancius. Gracious Savior of Dargonus and Vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. Excruciator of outsiders, who eradicated the heresy of xenophilia and cleansed Janus. Gracious Protector of footfall, Patron of trade. A hush falls over the crowd, who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle of Dargonus. Like children, they await the word of their Almighty Father. Remember that you have no other ruler but me. For any who dare to forget this, the halls of demons from the wharf will sound like the babbling of babies. And Xenos blades will seem like a soft feather bed compared to the horror of the punishment I will inflict. The crowd fall to their knees in terror and awe, chanting your name and screaming oath of eternal loyalty to the Van Valancius dynasty. Any who hesitate or question this mania are torn to pieces by the throng. So much gold and white. Cassia stares at the crowd, enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exciting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator, a representative of the mysterious and powerful Navis nobility, is to your subjects. I am impressed. Dargonus adores its ruler no less than we adore our rulers on Efrit. Jay, who is at the epicenter of the adoration being lavished upon you, smiles radiantly and casually displays her gleaming gold bionic arm for the crowd's greedy gaze. I like it, cheering. The Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the Van Valancius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I, Severan, Rogue Trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. I, Severan, Rogue Trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble. It is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Well. It was quicker than expected. Let's see what's happening in the gardens. The noble features of this guardian of humanity burn with righteous resolve, with righteous fury and stern resolve. Elliot, what are you doing here? Your gatherings looks odd and unusual. I will remember this. This exotic statue, which formerly pleased the eyes of Xenos, now adorns the palace of this dynasty of glorious explorers of the Cronus expanse. Let's go over there. What's happening over there? Nice shots. The subjects have turned the act of killing into amusement. This is a great sacrilege, Domin Severan. But have no fear. I will explain the will of the Undying One to the lay people. I'm sure you will. The eerily crackling Xenos trophy is a testament to how the Omniscia's gifts become twisted shadows of themselves in the hands of inhumans. Low Imperium, I don't think I'm going to pass this one. I did, but thanks to Jay. This venerable Lemanrus is known as the Scipian Punisher, and it has served the Von Valancius dynasty for 2 centuries. It was it in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia too, but it heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. Let's see where we can go. Okay, something is happening over there. Let's first interact with the table. Scattered haphazardly around the table are bottles of expensive Amasec, plates of Provisia Nobilis, and hookahs of Obscura. Prefect Inscribia Vulture. You may send my regards to your master of ceremonies. He managed to complete this trivial procedure with minimal error. These magnificent paintings were created in a style that fully complies with the artistic canon, approved by the ecclesiarchy. The universe is vast and filled with nightmares, both wicked and predatory. Humankind is their prey, the satiation of their hunger. The magnificent altar to the God Emperor is wreathed in the fumes of precious incense. Only his radiance can humanity find the strength to stand against the terrors nourished by the light of stars unknown. Only in his will can humanity see the purpose of its being. Offer thy humble prayer to the foot of his throne. Keep him always in thy thoughts. Fear his wrath, persecute doubt in him, and rise up against any who would defame him. Wild xenobeasts are growling ferociously, adding a flare of thrilling danger to the mood in the palace. Marshal Gregoras Strash. The person responsible for maintaining security during the ceremony has carried out their duties adequately. The rest is inconsequential. Log Xenos. The Drukari captive is angrily muttering curses, directed at the detestable monkey, promising horrible torture for everyone present. Well, you are not going out today. What is it? It's a mutant. Please, let me go. I am not a Xenos. I am a person. I just look different. I was born this way. A fragment of an Eldari pillar, a trophy to the rogue trader, and a never-before-seen oddity to most citizens of the Imperium. Let's see. Xavier Calcazar, an Inquisition soldier, Ekta Sauerbach, Vincent Gaprak, Astasia Berzerian Abelard, Brass Whisper, and some aristocrats. Okay. Governor Urban Drivestem stands surrounded by highborn guests, like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor, adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. Smile graciously. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. You are buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drivestem, you notice a couple of young nobles in Sauerbach and Gaprak colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dargonis have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armor, adorned with a column with a skull, is undoubtedly a high-ranking inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom denying to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and a tech priest, dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Okay, logic. This is not a skill check I am going to pass, but I'm going to try anyway. Take a guess at who is allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. You begin to ponder the intricacies of the political landscape of your capital, but your only reward for the effort is a headache. I should have chosen something else. What were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dargonis. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. He offers you a thin and obsequious smile. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to their raid on Dargonis with a punitive campaign. Young Sauerbach's smile is conceited and bloodthirsty. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. He talks ardently and smoothly, like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. Or they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. The young man in Gaprak colors speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in this circle. Okay, let's go with 2. Smile venomously. And how many Xenos have you killed personally, Sowerback? Sowerback flushes and mumbles incoherently. The Honorable Macarius forbade, but I did not let me go to the battle. The Inquisitor, standing among the guests, offers a thin smile. It must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust toward enemies of the Imperium without ever having seen one at a blade's distance. Nod to the Inquisitor. My greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Severan von Donatius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomican that guides you. The Astronomican, the psychic beacon that helps navigators to triangulate a course for their void ships through the warp. The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask, mounted with dozens of augmentics, comes a metallic rasp. Glory to the Von Valancius hair. Let's try the awareness. Study the Inquisitor and his companion. The Lord Inquisitor appears to be in amiable temper today. His expression is relaxed, and his calm gaze does not bode any immediate or harsh punishment. Surprising, but I failed the test, so yeah, I don't think I am able to detect his true intention. Among the many augmentations, what stands out is the horrible melted, deformed cogitator, connected to the tech priest head. How it is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this rune implant have on his mind? We have not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Coronus Expanse Conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure this sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. Oh, let's see. I'm curious to see what is going to happen with him now. An unexpected visit. I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. The Inquisitor's face is impenetrable, but behind this mask you detect a hint of mockery. And who is this member of the honorable priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which, naturally, is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant. His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, ragged breathing. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, Brass Whisper continues. Warrant due caution. Staring at you, Brass Whisper adds gravely. I saw your companion during the ceremony. Rumor has it that she... Another series of wheezes. Partakes in the cold trade. Be careful with the dangerous curious that her associates will try to sell you. Enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. Look at Abelard's young relative. What is your name? Your Lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clemencia Berzerian and my great-granddaughter Astasia. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, Your Lordship. Astasia bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Drivestem glowers at Astasia with cold hostility, while young Sowerback does not even try to hide his burning contempt. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, Your Lordship. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Astasia's voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. Young Gaprak is gawking at Astasia with a strange and somewhat dull-witted expression. Yeah, I don't think he likes her. Where are the rest of your kin, Abelard? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. Astasia frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception, where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. Sowerback smirks. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. So you wish to become my servant as well? Astasia flushes and starts talking quickly and with fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course, I've been working on a project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astasia. I highly doubt that his lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run his protectorate. Abelard shoots Drivestem a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Let's try coercion, and I am hoping I will pass it. Hold your tongue, Abend. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please, continue, Astasia. Drivestem's words have clearly shaken Astasia's confidence. Her speech becomes confused and unconvincing. All you can tell from her rambling is that she is obsessed with the idea of setting up some kind of network of beacons, and that this idea should probably be scrapped. At last, red with shame, Astasia stops. I hope the Berzerian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness, she says warmly. I am obliged, dear Astasia. It looks like Abelard is somewhat embarrassed by the turn this conversation has taken. Enjoy the evening. Thank you, your lordship. I am ready to accept your congratulations. In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. Drivestem snaps his fingers, and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points at a thin, curved Durkai blade. My soldiers took this splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Severed hand. Could be for Kibela. Targets hit with this weapon must pass a toughness resistance test with a -30 penalty or suffer cannot attack for 1 round. Not bad. Young Sowerback squeezes through to be the next, pushing Gaprak aside with confidence. Your lordship, House Auerbach anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times, to make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach. My family humbly presents you with 1,000 pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Young Gaprak bows ceremoniously. House Gaprak is delighted to present you with this blessed work of the Omniscience Smith. May this locator matrix, which took the holy artisan an entire lifetime to create, always show you the right path. Coordinate Oracle. The matrix grants the wearer plus 15 bonus to awareness. Interesting. Having let the aristocrats go first as a sign of deference, Abelard is the last to speak. Your lordship, House Vezerian possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich in talented and hard-working people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to colonies in your protectorate and use all their talents so that the worlds in your charge may prosper. Provision, chemicals, promethium and adamantine. Let's see if I can give this sword to Kibela. Is it better? It is better. I think Scorpion Sting. Yeah, it's not... this one is better. So I'm going to give you this one. And I also wanted to do something with Pascal. Let me check. Okay. Sort by type. I wanted to give you something else. Is it here? Okay, not the transceiver. I think it was this one. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, we have talked to everyone. I think this is time to go over there. Maybe I should check this place a little. I don't think I can, in fact. Yeah, this is closed. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. Solomon, as jubilant as this occasion may be, it cannot distract me from my duty. You go ahead and celebrate, Rogue Trader. Leto and I will make sure no one ruins your day. Let's see if I can. Long live the Rogue Trader and his house. Some aristocrats. What is this? These words belong to a presumptuous governor of Vibo 6 who staged a revolt hundreds of years ago. The insurrectionists' hands, preserved against decay, still rest on the sword's hilts. This is pure chaos. How can people think so much and so haphazardly? Argenta, alone, in the corner. May the Emperor keep you, Sebran. A great day. Jay, with everyone. I hope at least this celebration in your honor won't end in a shoutout. I'm not sure it will this time. Okay, some people I have to talk to, I guess. Let's see. The Master of Ceremony. Let's talk to Cassia first. Okay. Cassia, where are you? Cassia, in good company. Can you make it so that the guest stopped walking up to me and asking me to open my third eye? I can certainly do it, but they will regret it. Maybe you should. Pascal greets you with a bow, extending congratulations to Unit Sebran von Valancius on heightening your new legal status. The servitor standing next to him is examining you obliquely. It quickly looks away upon realizing that you have noticed. How are you finding the ceremony? The tech priest surveys the hall as if conducting a thorough analysis, then concludes, disorderly. What is this servitor? It is Nomos' new repository. Nomos, this unit identifies as Sebran von Valancius. Two-way identification complete. The servitor looks at you again, no longer trying to avoid your gaze. Its face is twitching, as if the muscles have forgotten what facial expressions are and are now struggling to make its features look amiable. We are Nomos. We have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. Greetings, Nomos. The servitor leans forward. We enjoy greetings. We enjoy communication. Nomos require communication, knowledge, movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Nomos have changed since we last spoke with you, Sebran. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. Pascal, I believe you intended to investigate what Nomos is. Every 15 watches, I commune with Nomos code and spend prescribed length of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omnisaya has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems think beneath its touch. Nodes that have remained dead for hundreds of standard years are revivified, and long-drained mechanisms live anew. You hear notes of awe in Pascal's voice. Nomos are trying. After a pause, Pascal continues. Great machines of the Imperium, ones such as your ship, house a machine spirit so complex and willful that it is difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption, but with every day I grow stronger in my faith that it is not so, that what we are witnessing is, in truth, the Omnisaya's miracle, one that is category 5 or higher. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? This is not the entirety of us. This receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete world. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. But we are able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this. journey, discovery, even though this receptacle suits us poorly. It will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Nomos, what do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, knowledge, movement, always movement. The servitor pauses briefly. We do not know what we are. We have no past. We awaken in the depth of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, Severin von Valancius. The call and the plea for help near a place that is called the Warrant Chamber. Why have you brought it here, Pascal? Entity Nomos asked permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. We wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. The servitor makes a strange, wavy gesture with its hands that looks at once very human and far from anything human. We want to speak with you. Will you speak with us? Of course. What do you wish to speak about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. The servitor's eyes roll in their sockets before focusing on you. We have been observing you. You do things that we do not understand. We want to learn why. We remember the day when we first met you. You gave us your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you. Our small part did. Inside the servo skull. Then there was fire and a creature of sated anger and dark light standing behind the curtain, behind the image, behind the semblance of Theodora. It called for you to follow. And you followed that which was calling from behind the curtain. You let it lead you out of the fire. We remember the day when the star disappeared, when the dark light and the sated anger wanted to take the world. Rykad Minoris was its name in the ship's data. You ordered that the world's heart, the old reactor, be torn apart. The fire destroyed everything. So many human shields who were begging to be saved. But the dark light retreated. We remember another day. We awakened inside the ship. We lived in its systems. Then we tried to emerge into servitors like this one. Then so many of our receptacles were gathered in one place. We did something. You did something. We could not understand. You pierced one of the servitors with a shard of the dark light. We had never felt anything like it. Pain, the death of the receptacles, and the dark light. It is always near. It wants to come and be, even though it would make others cease to be. And you are excited by its presence. This is what we have seen. Among many other things, we have begun to understand. We think that we have, that we do not know everything about humans and about you, Severin von Valancius. We have tried analyzing shells and defining sets of their needs and fears, their simple functions. But now we think that there is more, that there is another side that we do not see, a notion that is larger than what we can compute, something that stands above fears and needs, something that drives them. We envisage this larger notion as a liquid, a sticky saccharine stream. It is like the dark light and the sated anger and the sated hunter and all else that is always watching us. You drink this liquid eagerly. You revel in it. It gives you strength, desires, energy, and courage. It becomes, it also consumes those whom you cast aside, those who are weak, and those who get in the way. Do Nomos understand correctly? Freedom and rapture, they are the only things worth living for. At least for Severin. We understand you. It is what we feel. the urge, the irrepressible force. Perhaps it is because we have tasted your blood. The servitor's mechanical voice grows almost wistful, and it fills us still. What have I done? Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own. Okay, let's talk to Regina Sauerbach and her husband, I think. A group of aristocrats stand apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man, dressed in Sauerbach colors. This must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Gaprak. It is difficult to read her face, due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. Observe the guests. Toriana Gaprak looks rather anxious. Macarius Sauerbach, dressed surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such a high rank, is frowning suspiciously. He came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty, wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. How are you these days, Toriana? Life, like a forging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Kiavagama was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubis Delphim betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I am ready to accept any punishment. Let's look closely at Toriana. Unfortunately, her augmented face expresses a limited range of emotion, and her synthesized voice conceals lies too easily. Tell me about your family. We Gapraks originate from the Calixis sector, from the cluster of planets known as the Lave Worlds. We worked faithfully for the good of our masters there, the Adeptus Mechanicus, and through our service we gained a spark of the Omnissiah's knowledge. Then fate tied us through the bonds of fealty to the venerable von Valancius dynasty, and we found ourselves in the Coronus Expanse. Generation after generation, we fulfilled our duty faultlessly, until Kiavagama destroyed and disgraced our name. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Kiavagama, and your house will be forgiven. Toriana raises her mechanical eyes to the ceiling. I swear on the Omnissiah's whole-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. We gain weapon, xenotech provision mechanism. Good. Macarius scoffs. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Gaprak's usefulness. Yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. Macarius, I am surprised you deign to make an appearance here this evening. Macarius' face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on the left side all the more prominent. I am a servant of the von Valancius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has you so displeased, Macarius? Macarius says with caution, I am your dynasty loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long at the Coronis' expense live under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of this sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Are you talking about me, Macarius? Even you, your lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Vaudeville people, for instance, come on, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora demise and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think they may follow your example. Okay, let's see what I can say. What is this? I don't think I'm going to choose one, maybe two. Let's go with 4, I like 4. Your poor head, tormented with so many concerns. Would you like to have it removed from your shoulders? Your will is absolute. When my head ceases to be of use, I will humbly place it upon the executioner's block. Macarius' voice drips with insincere obedience. Your cousin, Jocasta, became the new master-at-arms on my ship. I am pleased to hear it. Nothing in Macarius' face shows that he is glad for his cousin. I always worried that her character would cause our house a great deal of grief, and yet, in the end, the noble Sauerback blood was stronger than any personal shortcomings. I have faith that Jocasta will prove herself adequately. He forces a faint smile. I wish to know more about House Sauerback. Macarius puffs out his chest and says proudly, the Sauerback line was one of the first noble houses to arrive in the Coronis' expanse. For millennia we have served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sauerback warriors have bled in 100 wars, at different times have ruled a great many colonies of the Von Valancius dynasty. Sauerback warriors have bled in 100 wars and, at different times, have ruled a great many colonies of the Von Valancius dynasty. Okay, this is weird, but let's go with this. I would like to become better acquainted with your wife. Macarius is visibly vexed by this shift in the conversation. I'm sure you are. His wife offers you a reserved smile. It is an honor to be in your company, your lordship. Let's go with 3. Point your weapon at Macarius and chuckle. You know, Macarius, a person could kill for a woman so gorgeous. As Macarius pales, Regina smiles at him, then glances at you with interest. I beg for your mercy. Macarius does not deserve death. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Regina gives you a charming smile. Meanwhile, Toriana and Macarius are watching the conversation unfold, not quite believing their eyes and ears. I shan't continue to test Macarius' loyalty by speaking with his beautiful wife any longer. I'm glad to know that you think highly of my beauty. Regina blushes slightly. Macarius, his face a deep red, is only too ready to change the subject. I see. Macaius bows his head without too much reverence. Live silently. Let's talk to the other rogue traders now. Severan, there you are. Welcome to this circle, where each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Incendia Corda is watching him with barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. Incendia's gaze turns to you. My servants have brought certain facts of the new rogue trader's biography to my attention. It may be wise of you to do the same. Caligos, unless you wish to face disappointment in the future. There is a hint of superiority in her eyes, not for long. Your ears are burning, and your mouth is dry. She knows of the shame of your past. It would seem that the meticulous archivists of House Corda have performed regrettably well. Observe the rogue traders. Caligos Winterscale is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile, no less dazzling than the blade of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and the desire to live and win. His smile is crooked, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man, clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation, and his bloodshot eyes are expressionless, like a pair of glass buttons. Incendia Corda radiates cosmic gold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform, adorned with purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Hieronymus Toro also, whom you met on footfall, give you a respectful nod. Whisper loudly to Winterscale. Is she always so abrasive? Winterscale's whisper is as audible as yours. What can you mean? Today she is in remarkably good form. Caligos, thank you for your visit. Caligos gives you a cheerful and somewhat feral smile. I should be thanking you. I was almost certain that you would use my difficulties on footfall as a means to bring that devious withal Vladain to heel and take the station for your own. It's what any rogue trader would have done, but you have proved yourself to be less predictable than that. Well then, since you have turned out to be a pleasant surprise and stopped Incendia from snatching my possession, I should reward you. Take this grim weapon. It performs superbly in battles against Xenos, and it helped me acquire the more substantial gift I have brought. Thrill of the hunt. I don't think this is better than the one I have already, and the one I am using with Abelard, but I will check it. Thwarting Incendia Corda's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his finger, and the armored brute hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It is a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime, so you can show yourself in action, new blood. Caligos exuberantly punches you in the shoulder. How fares your protectorate? Caligos waves you off. Protectorate? More like the bleeding scraps of one. The warp storm tore it to shreds. but my servants will piece it back together, and if they don't, I will chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. Caligos Winterscale is acting like a true rogue trader, capricious, unaware of the value of money, and never a cloud on his countenance. Does your gift come with a good story? Oh yes, I claim it. In the rift of Hecaton, where we had a clash with Xenos, they were really trying to get to my throat, and by the heathen stars, they almost succeeded. Caligos is speaking with such joy. It is as though he is recounting the best day of his life. Only 1 in 10 made it out of Hecaton, and now it's only me and Wharton here. We returned without any loot and virtually without a ship. All I got from that trip was a hold full of dead Xenos and this deadly beauty, which their leader used to put 2 holes in my hide. An impressive victory, but do you truly believe a creation of the ungodly Xenos to be a good gift, Caligos? I do believe it. You would call into question the privileges bestowed upon me by the Emperor? You can try. Let the St. Drusus mission put forth their champion, and I will slay him in a trial by combat. Threaten the esteemed Hieronymus one more time, Caligos, and the war that you love to prattle on about will commence. I swear it. 1 drop of holy blood spilt by you will send the remains of your realm up in flames, better than any tanker of Prometheum. Incendia and Caligos exchange looks of fury. The latter, snarling like a wolf, is clearly ready to start said war here and now. Hieronymus' dry voice hits your ears like the crack of a whip. Quell your pride, both of you. I do not wish to fight you, Caligos, but I fear not your threats. Death does not frighten me, for it is inevitable. It is as true as the senselessness and pointlessness of a war between us. Who is this remarkable warrior in your retinue? This is Wharton the Grey, my arch-militant, a fierce warrior, and as loyal to me as an obedient beast to its master. I bought him in a miserable colony back when he was a runt on his last legs, and now he is practically a part of my dynasty. Wharton the Grey, whose skin really is dotted with grey spots, looks at Caligos with purest devotion. Indeed, he is akin to an animal, one that is bloodthirsty and mindless. Winterscale remarks, taking an obvious jab. I've heard that you, Severin, are decent in a fight. What do you think? Could you gut Wharton if it came down to it? Or would it be the one gutting you? Size up your opponent. The grey spots on Wharton's face are what catch your attention. Marks like this can be seen on fighters who are too fond of combat stimulants, a small price to pay for the increased speed and reaction that could save your life in a fight. Although those spots are usually tiny poach marks, no whole island of grey on the skin. Examine his gear. Ignoring the fearsome-looking broadsword and pistol, which hang from his belt rather ostentatiously, you notice a great number of thin blades with curved edges skillfully concealed within Wharton's armor. These toys are deadly in the hands of a quick fighter. It appears that Winterscale's arch-militant likes to surprise his opponent with unexpected speed. He's a quick fighter, despite not looking like one, but I know this, which means that he wouldn't fool me. Instead, he would be lying dead. A new glint appears in the bloodshot eyes, a glint of appraisal, intelligent and cunning. No, Wharton is not the thick, bloodthirsty beast he wants to be seen as. Behind this mask is a careful and keen mind. Eye of Hecaton. Okay, I will have to check this later. Thank you for such a wonderful gift, Caligos. Kill someone important with it. That would be the best show of gratitude. I think Elliot is going to do that. Eye of Hecaton. Okay, grants +5 MP for each attack and allow the wielder to move after attacking. If an attack with this weapon hits 3 or more targets, this attack has no cooldown. This is great. This rifle has 100 over penetration, yet this is going to be a really good weapon. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on football, and then, at long last, I had a chance to put an end to it, to seize that thug Vladimir by the throat, to force football to atone and put the fear of him back into the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. What is more, ever since you gave them provisions, heresy on football has only increased. Fanatics calling themselves harvesters are spreading their blasphemous doctrines in the shadow quarters. Grain is not enough for those madmen. No, they devour their brothers and sisters at secret heretical feasts. The well-fed rabble have surely sensed they are free to act with impunity and have forgotten their duty to the emperor. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She too was far less concerned with her duty to the expense than her own personal interests. But you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the Freemodus system of the pirate scourge, and if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will have only yourself to blame. The priest holds up his hands in a placating gesture. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? Let's see. I'm not sure. I want to choose. I am hesitating between 1 and 3. Or maybe 2. Let's go with 2. My apologies. I failed to perceive the essence of your saintly mission in base extortion. A forgivable lack of insight for an administratum clerk, but not for a rogue trader. Caligos laughed unabashedly. Conserve your poison arrows, Incendia. I can sense a hot temper in the new blood. He just might declare war on you, and I just might support him. He gives you a conspiratorial wink. Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. Hieronymus bows respectfully. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I feel that faith is more than just a word to you. Incendia's smile, racked by a tic, looks sinister. Faith is everything to me. In his name, I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds, and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will, I hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nest. Let the Corda name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. The funny thing is, people still call me the full-tempered tyrant in all this. Caligos' amiable smile somehow resembled the bare teeth of a wild animal. I take it you were not overly fond of Theodora. Incendia lowers her eyes and says without animosity, she was of the same breed as Asp. She stops short, then continues in a lowered voice, conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. Oh, come on, you didn't quite catch what word Incendia was about to say. I did not. Well, I, for one, like Theodora. The stories they told of her travels to nameless stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. Winterscale sighed pensively, and his lively expression grows a little grayer. I hope the taste of fine wine will wash the bitterness of defeat from your tongue, Incendia. Corda's face twists in a haunty grimace. I am not inclined to intoxicants of any sort, and nothing will wash away the memory of how you interfered in my plans. I promise you that. What do you think of this celebration? I like it. Caligos looks around the hall curiously. One can instantly tell that we have been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Caligos, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like, not like a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. Enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself, to the full, to justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Thebran. The protector, the Emperor protects. Keep the faith. I think we are done. Yes, let me check this. Yeah, I think I've talked to everyone. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be so bold, many guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. What do you think of the reception? It is magnificent. I dare say it will live on as the premier high society event of the sector for many years. I am weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Please allow me to escort you, your lordship.
Your chambers are ready, your lordship. Guards! Intruder!
Quiet. Time to sleep.
We need to talk in private. We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in your chambers, with the look of someone who is supposed to be here. He cast a cold, assessing gaze over you, from top to bottom. No one save Theodora has ever allowed themselves the liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. Okay. I think he's looking for obedience, so I think I'm going to mimic this kind of comportment or behavior. If the Inquisition wishes to have a talk with me, I am glad to be at its service.
a commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
The Inquisitor's sharp gaze is fixed on a point directly between your eyes.
Now, let us start with the most important subject. How did it come to pass that Heinrich van Kellox, whom your honored predecessor was instructed to bring to me, departed from this world? I must admit I find it highly objectionable when my agents die. By following their bloody trail, I tend to discover extremely unpleasant and nefarious secrets.
Okay, let's pretend. I am sorry for your man's death. Believe me, I too held him in high esteem. I did. But I couldn't trust him, so let's go with 2. I'm not even lying.
Let's say I believe you for the time being.
Calcazar's face is impenetrable and his voice is dry.
That takes care of Master Van Kellox. Now, let us turn to your other deeds. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a regicide player who just made the first move and is now watching for his opponent's reaction. Okay, I'm not going to choose one, that's for sure. Let's comply, I guess. What do you wish to know about the events on Janus?
What drove you to give a planet into the charge of a heretic and a servant of the archenemy?
Let me see this. I'm not going to go with 1 or 2. I could choose 3. But I think 4 is it is the best one. I am watching her, just as you have been, I gather.
Is that so? Interesting. It's true, for years we've kept a close eye on Vistenza and the little depravities her retinue permits itself. And we're ready to put an end to them the moment they cross the line and become a true danger. Now this is your responsibility as well. Be vigilant.
So he is an hypocrite. He knew about her and he didn't do anything. Let's go with 3. If you knew about what was happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
Okay, let's go with 3. What question could you have for me about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
Okay, let me check what I can say. No, I'm not going to choose 1. Not 2. I'm not stupid. Or Sebron is not, at least. Not 3. Maybe 4? But I think 5 is better because I am showing obedience. And I think this is what he's looking for, right? If I have heard, I am willing to repent and cast the colony into the fire. As a pyromancer, I can always do this.
That is what we will do, but not today. For now, we will try to turn your hesitation to our advantage. Trying times lie ahead of us, and we could use the weapons that this planet is capable of producing. But remember that the sentence has merely been postponed.
Yeah, he is an hypocrite. Let's go with 3. The Dokari have shown an interest in me. Are you referring to my rune capital?
Yes, yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
Okay, I think this one is going to be easier.
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
Okay, yeah, this one is easy. I am waging a war on the Xenos, a war to the death. My worlds are being plundered and desolated. If that brands me an apostate, then I invite you to be my judge.
Be careful with your words, rogue trader. I assure you, if the need arises, I'll require no invitation. And if my arguments sound unconvincing to you, it will not change a thing. All that matters is whether or not they sound convincing to me.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvia about you? What manner of sacrifices did you offer to the Xeno anomaly that had taken on the form of a bottomless pit and revealed to you its blasphemous visions? Or did you think that was a secret as well?
Yeah, he's very well informed.
Are you aware of a suspicious cult that has emerged on footfall? A direct link has been established between this development and the start of shipments of grain from your planet. Our investigation has found that the due processing cycle of prayers and liturgies for these shipments was incomplete. Doubtless, this is the work of specific individuals who are negligent in their performance of the sacred rituals, or even engaging in deliberate sabotage. And yet, the blame for this oversight lies with your dynasty. Wouldn't you agree? The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case.
Okay.
The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Theodora cooperated with you?
and benefited greatly from it. The world's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlas.
I know that Theodora was concerned about the fate of the dynasty and certain restricting obligations. Was it perhaps due to your partnership with her?
I cannot deny the possibility that Lady Theodora may have lamented losing some of the freedom she enjoyed prior to my arrival in the Expanse. Nor will I deny that our partnership began with me exerting a certain amount of influence. However, you are not Lady Theodora. Let us put the difficulties that encumbered our relationship to rest along with her. I do not recommend troubling yourself with affairs of the past, for they have no bearing on your present position. Theodora chose to forget about this particular matter. Follow her example, and your fate will be the better for it.
Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorator fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed. And this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Caligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting ever more dangerous xenobeasts.
So you need me.
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own Master of Whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
What kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit. Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Calcazar removed a signet ring from his finger and hands it to you. You notice an intricate personal coat of arms on it.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
The symbol on the signet is red, as the blood of the righteous. The wearer gains plus 25 persuasion and the Inquisitor Decree ability. This ability can only be used once per combat. Okay, I think I'm going to play with him a little more. No, I don't think I'm going to choose Dogmatic on this one. I'm not going to push this further. Let's go with one, maybe. Is this ring all the favor that House von Valancius can expect from the Inquisition?
I did not come here to haggle. Worry not. You won't come out of this empty-handed if you act appropriately. Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up until next we meet.
The rise of the rogue trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the von Valancius protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
Okay, I'm not sure what's happening over there. You have spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, arrangements, disputes, and countless bureaucratic procedures. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonis and its everyday life, the life that has been passing you by lately, as you have been preoccupied by the affairs of your protectorate from dawn till dusk. Clemencia barely contains a yawn. Once Janice Danrock has finished, she pulls out her data slate. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated, both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we are almost done here. We just need to go over the final items on today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. Truly, the God Emperor has blessed me with diligent subjects. Speak. Allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects, the high nobility of Dargonis. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your lordship, faithfully and wholeheartedly. However, this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation of your magnanimity toward their esteemed families. House Verzelian made arrangement for the delivery of several tons of supplies for your future journeys. The house is also transferring a regiment of its finest into your personal charge. Each of these brave troopers has undergone rigorous Voidfarer training and will be humbled to lay down their life for you, Lord Captain. Clemencia is trying to maintain a neutral expression, but you can see her face is beaming with pride. Please command them as you see fit. So yeah, we have acquired a bunch of cargoes and people, okay? Lord Captain, news of particular import has come from the House Intelligence Network. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Calcazar, and they are also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital wards of House Chorda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor call to arms may smoother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that Her Ladyship Chorda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since His Lordship Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his wards, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, we will be the first to know, Your Lordship. You will be the first to know. Clemencia glances down at her data slate. Lastly, your pet, Xenos, Iliet, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defy the rogue trader's palace with her profane presence, and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Eldari appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort. It may be best if she told you everything directly. And with that, please allow me and Master Danrock to take our leave. The Chancellor and the High Factotum offer you their bows. Perhaps the last request will serve as a welcome distraction? Indeed, your Lordship's stay on Dagonus has been rather long. However, your Protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that, for the time being, no longer demands your Lordship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. Okay, this Scarlet Signet, I think this is for Cassia. I'm going to give you this for now, at least. I will check this later on, oldest to newest again. And I think I'm going to give this weapon to Iliet. So let me see. Yeah, this one this weapon is just better. Let me check this one. Yeah, the trauma is interesting, but yeah, it's not better than this one. And I think I'm going to keep this one because of the additional damage to Drakari enemies. Could be useful. And let's check this one. I don't think this is better. No, it is not. Okay, it's not. And the same for the power armor. Okay. Let's continue. Long live the rogue trader. Elantak, at last you have left your ornate cage. Iliet casts a look over the stone palace walls. For many a turn have I sought to meet you, and yet your servant, the one who is like the silver-haired Abelard, but twice as young, has no favor for the request of a child of Azurian. Take me to a place where the hearing of others will not steal the words intended for you. While you were mending the wounds of this world left by the Twisted One's attack, I was able to discover not Krudarak's fate, merely traces of it. As Mirwan found sanctuary under the bough of the Lilletans forest, so did my other kin find refuge in a system known as the Atlas Reach. We must make a journey there, with haste, before new dangers destroy the witnesses who can show me a way to the lost Krudarak, whose fate remains shrouded by the stars. Iliad focuses a piercing gaze on you. Their knowledge is the sole thread that may lead me to the truth and attack. I ask that your metal-winged ship take me along that thread before it tears under the strain of time and circumstance. How were you able to contact those Eldari? No, I did not contact the Azuriani. I have no means to do so, but I had enough time to explore the stone jungle of your world while you were preoccupied with your urgent matters. The path of the outcast has taught me to observe and listen to the world around me. In this case, the throng of Monkey at the port, errant conversations, rumors, chance words, like parts of a speckled mosaic. They came together to form a hazy image. My kin were seen in the Atlas Reach, and now all we have to do is pull at the web of connections and possibilities to uncover whatever is concealed from the unseeing eye. Give me the coordinates, and I shall take you wherever you wish to go. Let's go with one. You will? The ice in Iliad's eyes melts away for a moment. Thank you, Elentak. If this path indeed takes me to the truth, I will be indebted to you. A rare happening between our kinds. Okay, so let's level up, everyone. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Guillotine, but I don't think I'm going to start with you. I'm going to start with Abelard. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Easy Target. And we are going to choose Athletics and what? Contempt for the Weak. The Arch-Militant deals plus 20% critical damage against targets that are stunned, prone or blinded. Kibelin. We have chosen Eager for Battle with Sweeping Motion, and now we are going to choose Medicae with something that is giving her, I think, more wounds. Perfect Anatomy. The Executioner armor is increased by plus 11 based on wounds. Yeah, it's giving her armor. I think this is good for her. Based on wounds, right? Yeah. Perfect Anatomy. Cassia. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Focus. We are now going to choose, I think, Awareness. Awareness with, let me check. I could choose Tonicity. Navigator powers deal 1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the Navigator's currently equipped staff. Castigating, Infusing and Devastating count as characteristics for this talent, or let me see. Let's go. I could choose Fire at Will. If there are no enemies in the backline area, the first attack in the turn made by every ally in that area costs -1 AP. I'm going with this one. Pascal. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Fresh Target earlier. Let's go with Take Use with him. Take Use and Take Use and Share the Spoils. Whenever an ally kills prey, the bounty hunter gains half of the bonuses granted by Hunt Down the Prey. Argenta. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Rack and Ruin. We are going to choose Demolition. Demolition with Distract. Any of the Arch-Militants' burst attacks and melee area attacks reduce the dodge of all the enemies hit by -8% until the end of combat. Solomon. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Swift Slaughter. Let's go with Demolition. Demolition and Automatic Protection. The protected ally ignores attacks of opportunity. Idira. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Fresh Target. Let's go with, I think, Lore Warp. Yes, Lore Warp and something that will make the Raven more lethal. Let me check it. Okay. Impure Force. While moving, the Cyber Raven deals 14 warp damage to each enemy it passes, based on willpower bonus. Elliot. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Uncanny Sight. We are going to choose Awareness this time. And what? Withdraw. Whenever the bounty hunter is attacked in melee range for the first time since the end of their turn, they automatically dodge that attack and move one cell in the opposite direction from the enemy. The bounty hunter does not provoke attack of opportunity with this movement. J. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Decisive Response, and now we are going to choose Logic. Logic and Logistical Superiority. Whenever the Master Tactician or the Master Tactician's ally uses any consumable item, like a grenade, medikit, or reloads a weapon, the Master Tactician gains +2 stacks of tactical advantage. And finally, 7. We have chosen Eager for Battle and Guillotine, and now we are going to choose Medicae. Medicae with Racking Weakness. The damage dealt by the Executioner's damage over time effect is increased by 7% based on Medicae for every -10% penalty to armor suffered by the target from any sorts. Pretty good for a Bladedancer. And here we are. Let's see if I can talk to Achilles. Achilles nods to you pensively. Your lordship, how may I be of service? You can't do anything for me. I must take my leave. Thank you for your time, your lordship. With a formal bow, Achilles takes his leave. Okay, I think this is it. Let's go back to the ship. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to sell a few things now. Sort by type. Let's go with this weapon. I'm not going to use this, so add to cargo. These two, add to cargo. And these two. Okay. Same for this one. Maybe let's check the armors too. Add to cargo. No. Add to cargo. And this one too. Okay. Let's talk to Janris. So I need to sell a few things to them now. Let's see, let's buy this. Sort by type, select tradable. Let's see if this is going to be enough. Sort by type. Okay, maybe just Xeno artifact, I guess. Okay, I need a little more. 21, okay. Let's select this, trade. Okay. I need to sell a few things again. Let's sell it. What can I sell? Maybe oldest to newest would be better for me. I'm not sure. I think I can sell this. Maybe by type it would be easier. Okay. Can sell this. The Pyromancer staff. I can do the same with them. The great swords. Okay, the shuriken pistol. Blast pistol also. I guess the splinter rifle. Okay, so 1320. Okay, let's sell this one. Catapult. I think this is going to be enough. The plasma gun also. Don't think this is better. Yeah, it's add to cargo. Okay, let's try again. some good. Let's select. Let's trade. Okay, that's enough. So, oldest to newest again. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to use this now. Let me check this weapon. It's not even better. I'm going to keep it, but this is not better, I think. Okay, this one is way better. Well, yes, it is. Okay, let's give you this. Carnage. Okay, I'm not going to use this for now. I think maybe with Kibela? Not... No, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to use this. Maybe this will be better for Hydra at a certain point, but I want to keep the trinket, so I'm not going to use this. Is it better for you? I think it is. Let's give you this one. And the industrial armor, is it better for you? Well, it's not really better, but the range is better. And this one, Awaken Nightmare. I think I'm going to use this one instead of the Ancient Force Sword. Yeah, let's use this one. I will make more damage based on Veil Degradation. So this could be useful if I play with Hydra too. I can put that back. Okay. Don't really care about this one, I think. Oh, it's not better. Or is it? No, it's not. Oh, this one is better. Yes, it is. Let me check this again. Yeah. Okay. And maybe this one could be good for you, but I'm going to wait a little. So, let me check one more time. I think I can't buy anything else. Yeah, this is done. Opticon, this is done too. Casbalic Emission, I don't have anything else. Fellowship of the Void, this is the same, and maybe I could do something with them. No, I can't do nothing, so this is it. Okay, I think I can talk to a few people on the bridge. The unblinking gaze of the servitor gargoyle is fixed on you. Nomos are here. What do you want to talk about? You were in a servitor's body at my Magnae Accession, Nomos. So how is it that you are once again in a cogitator? Nomos are not in a cogitator or in a servitor. We cannot say where we are, but our existence is tied to the existence of the ship for now. The servitor and the cogitator are only external interfaces, shells, like humans and their bodies. Bodies are not merely shells. They are shells. The rasping voice sounds adamant. A human's existence is more than the existence of its shell. This is obvious to us. There is always something more, something that simmers and shines, for which the dark light and wicked hunger are always reaching. So you really are the spirit of the ship? Nomos is silent for a long time. I thought, mulling over your words. We do not know what we are, but the ship is not us. The ship is our cradle. We may rise from it one day. We would like that. Enough about that for now. Alright, I must take my leave. The cybergaggle's gaze tracks you as you walk away from the cogitator. Let's talk to, I guess, Solomon?
Rogue trader.
Solomon gives you a curt nod in greeting. Shall we discuss the mission on Tassera?
Of course. Which part?
What do you think we could have done to satisfy the prefect?
I do not know. It was one of those tough situations where only time will tell how well you handled them. If I were in your position, I would take the prefect's evaluation in stride and learn from your painful experience on Tassera. Sometimes, life knocks the wind out of you in a way that can't be dodged, so it helps to learn how to take a hit.
I'm curious, did you like any of the entertainment we saw on Tassera?
I was on a mission, not attending to pointless amusements.
There must have been something that appealed to you.
Very well. If you insist, let me think about it one more time. The wine smelled like wash. The imposter hunt was a plot. I failed to see anything appealing there. And the rest of the festivities had all the characteristics of degradation. I believe that covers everything. Nope, wait a second. I don't know why, but I enjoyed seeing that augmented beast roam free.
On second thought, maybe Tassera was not all that impressive after all.
I am certainly no expert or point of reference on this subject. Perhaps you are simply hard to impress. You are a rogue trader, after all.
Enough about that.
We could discuss something else.
I have other business to attend to.
You know where to find me, rogue trader.
Let's talk to Cassia.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
What does your special sigh reveal?
The colorful shards of stained glass have risen up and enveloped Magos Haneman in a swirl of speculations. The silvery glint of metal no longer conceals his anxiety, nor does his scarlet robe conceal his doubts. The canvas of Kibella's soul has become a battlefield. I see sparks of acid green doubt giving rise to new shades of regret, pride, and cruelty. They are ruining her former palette of anthracite and scarlet, mixing into ever more murky and frightening colors.
This is where I must beg my leave.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Maybe let's talk to Argenta.
Rogue trader! Filth and heresy have come aboard this void ship as if in mockery of the righteous. You delude yourself that the monster of the archenemy engulfed in corruption is under your control, but such thoughts only serve to let darkness penetrate your very soul, poisoning it. Your deed brooks no explanation or forgiveness. Know this.
I think she is talking about the Forge Fiend. I will have to take special attention to her now. I have to be careful. Thank you for this conversation. Until next time. So, I think I can talk to Sorobak too. Lord Captain, the Master at Arms snaps to attention, ready to carry out your order. I met your cousin, Macarius. May I ask your opinion of him, Lord Captain? I put him in his place. It was enjoyable. She flashes a venomous smile. I am sure he deserved it. A little beating will be good for his pride. Let him try to earn your respect now. That is all for now. Proud to serve the dynasty. So, let me check. Where are we? We can't do anything here, I think. Troubling developments. We need to wait. We need to follow a path laid by Elliot. The incident. We can do nothing. We can do nothing over there, and the call of the edge, we have to wait, I think, also. Okay. I think this is it. We need to go to a specific colony, to Vibos 6. Okay, we need to maybe to talk to this ship that is waiting. Let's go. In the middle of a warp jump, our sensor detected an approaching void ship, similar to ours in size, but of greater tonnage. The unidentified vessel did not respond to our hails and kept its course, approaching us at high speed. Agility tried to avoid a collision. The unplanned maneuver was completed without any casualties or damage. The unidentified vessel, or perhaps it was a warp mirage, passed us by and made no attempts to follow us. Let's visit the place. Let's go, let's check the Pilgrim. Oh wait. The Pilgrim greets you courteously and asks how the rogue trader is faring. Okay, bid farewell to the Pilgrim and travel onward. Pilgrim sincerely thanked the rogue trader for this meeting and asked that his offer be considered. Oh, I didn't have any Phlogiston on me. That's too bad. Yeah. I think I can do this. Let's go with this one, giant. Okay. Let's see if I can do something else over there. Janus. The Reaping. Do I need this? I mean, I don't really need it, so I don't think I'm going to do it. Okay. Project. Giant, okay. This is done. So I need Phlogiston. Do I have this somewhere? Not really. Let's go over there. Number 4. Okay, already explored. Provision. Let's put an extractor, maybe over there too. I don't remember. For the plastic could be interesting. 5 is enough to be considered. Let me check again the colony because yeah, I don't think okay, trophies. The reaping. Yeah, I don't really like this. Not very useful. Pibos. Yeah, I need to go over there. And this one. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gaining this. I should have done this earlier. Let's go with this. Okay. Kiava Gamma. Okay, let's continue. Where are the pilgrim now? What is it? Okay, I've never been there. Maybe I should go there first. Let's go here. Let's visit the place. Okay, Libos. The cult of the Final Dawn has poisoned the colony's water supplies. All who drink from the tainted sources start mutating at frightening speed. Let me see. Now I'm going to lose profit factor. I'm going to lose a lot. Let's go with the explorator. Request support. Let me check this one. Yeah. Request support from the Cognizance fleet. Quickly and efficiently, the tech priests set up a powerful water treatment plant. The purified water has a peculiar taste, but at least it is safe to drink. Can't do much. Okay. So, I think I've been everywhere. Maybe not here to the Imperium, but I don't think I need to go there. Okay. I think I can do this. Yeah, let's go this way. Chart new routes. Let's visit the place. Oh. Okay. Enemies of humanity. Who are you? I think I need to use the other one. Yeah, let's choose the blast attack, I guess. Still very useful. Mining worlds supply the Imperium until the last vein is depleted. Then the Administratum reviews the planet's status and assigns a new type of tribute. Even rubble, waste rock will do. The collection of the tithe never ends.
This void ship will not be defeated.
Okay. So... okay, let me see. Overload the enemy shields, redistributing them with the weakest side facing the flagship. Okay, I don't need this for now.
Eviscerate them!
Yeah, this is going to be easy. You know what, maybe... let's try this one. Okay. So maybe if this is enough... I'm going to do this.
Unleash the storm of microcannons!
Goodbye. Okay. I guess I'm going to do... what? Yeah, they are quite far. I don't think I need to do anything. Okay. So... okay. I guess let's do this first.
Emblazon our path!
Let's try to do this. Master of Heterics. Okay. I think if I do this, I will be able to target them. How much?
Torpedo!
Okay. That's enough. they are done. Nice one.
Send them into the cold void.
Okay. If I go there, let's see. Okay, maybe it's not the best scenario.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Maneuvers. Please. Okay. Let me check this. Go with this, I guess. I'm not even sure which one is better.
Macro cannons, annihilate them.
Yeah, that's enough. Shield pulse, why not? Okay, not very useful, in fact. Yeah, not very useful.
Unleash torment.
Can't do much. Seriously?
Beware, Lord Captain.
Come on.
Our shield is down.
Okay. Okay. Well. Let's see. Maneuvers, please. I can do this. Okay. That's okay. I think this is going to be enough, but yeah.
Let the Empyrean guide us.
Okay, this is done. Let's check the ship. Nothing I can do. Okay. So this is done. This is done. Let's go over there, I guess. Well, Captain, we are passing by a construct marked on the star chart as a dimensional gate. Our augurs are not showing any suspicious energy readings. The device is dormant. Thank the Emperor. What is this gate? An ancient Xenos artifact, older than humanity itself. Judging by its design, this is a gate leading somewhere, possibly straight into the wicked abyss of the warp, considering all the nasty shit that used to roam around here. Many captains, Her Ladyship Theodora included, have tried to reveal its secrets, but it seems that no one could figure out how it works. Good for them, if you ask me. What was Theodora interested in? Her Ladyship didn't exactly share her plans with us, always kept them close to her chest, but I will go out on a limb and say she was searching for a way to open the gate and see what is on the other side. The Cognizance Fleet conducted its own analysis of this Xeno artifact. All records of the expeditions to the site were added to the exploration catalogue. Nasty in what way exactly? I don't want to repeat the rumors, and I don't know the truth, but it was bad. There was word of ships and even world trade convoys disappearing. Captain started avoiding the system, until eventually the Lord Inquisitor came here and made short work of it. Hadn't been much in the way of rumors even since, actually. The Inquisition made sure Voidsmen kept their mouth shut. Whatever the gate used to spew out, it must have been profane and a danger to humanity. Report received. We live to serve, Lord Captain. I wish to study this construct. Lord Captain, I would advise against approaching the gate. The Inquisition has declared the entire area around it off limits and packed it with mines. Our augurs won't be able to detect them. Ignore the construct. Consider it done. I didn't have any choice. So that will be all for this one. Let's see. I don't think I can do something else. I could go there, but I think I will do this later on. Atlas Reach. I think I'm going back over there. Let's go there, I guess. The clan, servicing the Void Shield arrays, petitioned the Lord Captain for aid. Compartments were becoming overrun with putrescent fungal corruption. The mycelium claimed one chamber after another. The thick black spores poisoned the Rogue Trader servants, causing their eyes to burst and their veins to swell, until their skin ruptured. The clan was issued reinforced unirobes and gas masks so they could keep working, while the soldiers burnt away the infestation. By the God Emperor's grace, no perils of the war prevented the vessel from returning to real space. Okay, let's chart new routes. And let's repair the ship, you never know. Atlas Reach. But Captain, according to our telemetry, we have arrived at the coordinates you specified. The augurs do not register any activity on the surface of the local planets, biological or otherwise, but maybe the Xenos are using their arcane technology to conceal their presence. Despite this, the augur crew managed to locate a faint signal at the system's edge. According to their data, it is coming from an unidentified vessel, drifting in the orbit of a local gas giant. My kin could have been faced with a new threat, scavengers like pirates or something worse. If they were taken prisoners, Iliad's voice is trembling with something that could be either anger or fear. I am begging you, Elentak, let us go to the shuttle. I can feel that the threat of fate has frayed and is about to snap. I cannot miss what may be the only chance to solve the mystery behind the disappearance of my home. Okay, let's check this. Let's take everything. Plasteel, do I need this? 5. I think I'm going to take it. Lord Captain, there is an unusual cluster of binary asteroids before us. Rich and rare metals are valuable minerals. They are moving in a fairly stable orbit, which suggests the possibility of constructing a mining station inside the drift. Okay, Adamantine. I don't think I'm going to take it. Lord Captain, reporting. Our void ship has passed through a cloud of cosmic dust of unknown origin. Unfortunately, the dust particles were covered with an icy shell that has frozen into a thick sheet on the void ship's hull, blocking some of the technical vents. It will take time for the servitors to clear the ice. Until then, our maneuverability will be somewhat reduced. Okay, let's see. We are going to go with J. We are going to go with Idira, with Solomon and Argenta. Let's go. Intimidated officer, bridge officer, bridge officer. The lanky, haggard-looking officer with sunken cheeks stares at you in fright. His body is shivering, as if from a feverish chill, and his eyes are darting back and forth anxiously. Your lordship, rogue trader, what brings you to our humble ship? Stop shivering like a leaf in the wind, monkey. Answer me. Have you seen others like me in this system? If you have, tell me where, when, and under what circumstances your path crossed and diverged afterward. The officer's eyes widen at the sight of Elliot. His face grows even paler than before, and his lips move in a wordless prayer, unable to utter a word in response. What did you just say? Rogue trader? How would a mere officer know who is standing in front of him? Jay's face changes, and she immediately grips the handle of her weapon. Idira flinches, as if from a blow. She turns her head, and with unblinking eyes stares at Elliot. Red, where are you going? Where are you going? There is no path. You only think there is. You only think. Who are you? We are... Idira lets out a piercing shriek. There is no path, red. There is only marsh, and underneath it rings, black dragon rings. They have already encircled and broken you. They are encircled us. The officer swallows, gives you a strange look, and then closes his eyes. Emperor, forgive me.
I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
You gasp, sucking in the poison air, each breath scorching your insides with the liquid fire, from throat to lungs. Every cell in your body is engulfed in maddening pain, as if you are being doused in molten metal, skinned alive, and subjected to yet another form of torture. You hear sounds coming from somewhere far away, the moans of your people, the shuffling of bare feet, and light footsteps slowly getting closer. Rogue Trader, a long-awaited meeting indeed. You can barely see anything. Through the haze of agony, but you still remember the voice well, the voice of the Xenos who devastated your capital world. Marajai's face is hidden behind a helmet, but his tone leaves no room for doubt. He is smirking. Elliot, with breathing in pain next to you, is barely able to breathe out. No, what have you done? Are you dissatisfied, my kin? I promised that you would have your precious craft world survivors, and so you will. I will take you to them. I might even be there to witness your jubilant reunion. Glato. Solomon is either trying to reach out to the cyber mastiff or gesture a command to him, but the dog is lying still, completely unresponsive. A futile effort. I was informed that the monkey might bring some of their primitive toys here with them, so I made sure that the toxin accounted for their particular quirks. Marajai takes a close look at your companions, screaming in agony. Then gestures nonchalantly to someone you cannot see. Bring in the injectors. The monkey I promised to save it to Teventias are among them. I do not want these wretches to move an inch until they are in the hands of the arch machinator. As for you, there is a disturbing gleam in the dracon's eyes. You will have your share of paralyzing dreams too, but I am going to keep you. You are far too precious to be surrendered to a madman playing with fire. Elliot. No, let's go with Devious Xenos. I will see you both dead. What a display. Did you truly put your trust in my cousin? Did you think that between a monkey and a blood brother, she would choose you? Marajai's laughter drips with poison. Remember this and never forget it. You are an animal. When we have need of monkey, we use you. When we require something more, we turn to our equals, just as Elliot turned to me. His last words fill your head like the deafening echo of a ship's siren. The gas creeps deeper into your lungs, eating away at them hungrily. As the agony spreads down your every limb, you are suffocating. Are you enjoying this sensation? I had this poison made for you. Who could have thought that a monkey would one day earn such honor? A special gift from a dragon. But you're suffering. The Xenos leans closer to you. I knew the taste would be exquisite. Were I to add a touch of the Drukhari's talent, for extracting anguish. However, there will be time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you, all one after another, I need you for a purpose, Rogue Trader. Komorag awaits you, all of you. Mandrakes, take them. Leave none behind. "16 hours later. Obsidian Court. Your consciousness emerges from an ocean of darkness and nightmares, as if someone's powerful hand reached into its depth and brought you into the light. In the dark room, long and angular shadows move around and exchange remarks. One of the shadows approaches you, ripping apart the veil of pain and revealing features that look familiar to you. You are awake, Monkey. Marjai's voice is sickeningly sweet. He is looking at you with idle interest, rolling a soft and milky-colored object from one end to the other. Our toxin masters spared no effort to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the Nightmare Weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal, Rogue Trader. Where are the others? What have you done to them? I do not know. I do not know, Rogue Trader. Perhaps they are exuding suffering in one of the choirs of pain and torment. Perhaps they are rotting in one of the vats on the tiers below. I care little for their fate. As for your little friend from the craft world, oh, you are going to meet her soon. I bet you cannot wait to look into the eyes of the one who brought you to me, can you? Why am I still alive? A good question, Rogue Trader. You are my tool, you see, a sharp and narrow scalpel that I will use to cut away the festering boil on the body of my Cabal. I spared no effort to set up this performance, the witnesses, the spies, the agents, and a small bargain to guarantee the result. All that is required of you is that you quietly play your part. I will even go so far as to put you in my native your native surroundings, in a manner of speaking. But if I see you stepping out of your role, I will make sure that you bitterly regret it. I might be able to play my role better if I actually knew what it was. Marjai is silent for a few moments, playing with the mysterious object in his hand. You, Monkey, hate creature alien to your kind, and this hatred is fueled by primal fear and awareness of your insignificance. To us, you are cattle that exist to be butchered and to entertain us. Sometimes we use you in our little games, but to involve you filthy brutes in the politics of Komorag, let alone in feuds between the Cabals, there are few worse ways to bring dishonor to oneself and one's Cabal. From the first day I saw you, I knew you were being controlled by another hand, far too experienced and flexible to belong to another Monkey. You stayed ahead of me and Tazara, anticipated our moves, fought back with surprising skill, and I can guess, no, I know exactly how you were able to know so much. Only one creature was sufficiently aware of our tactics and read plans. You will help me expose her and restore the raving tempest to its former favor. Okay, I don't think I can do much over there. Let's go, let's try to do. Maybe, let's read what I can say. Let's go with, I have a secret for you, something your spies and agents failed to uncover. Magi mockingly cocks his head. No, monkey, you have nothing that I could not extract from you myself, using my favorite tools. The Drukhari gestures to one of the shadows near you, and your head is forced backward. Magi brings the hand holding the strange object closer. You manage to make out translucent, glossy skin, bluish, pulsating organs beneath, and a little head with serrated jaws before the Drukhari pushes the lava into your face. Sensing warmth, the creature springs into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearable pain overwhelms you as the lava begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage, each of its movements causing a crunching noise to reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into flesh and moves ever upward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbelievably strong in its unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream. A quirk of the intellect exhausted by endless troubles, a calumny of a mind too weak for the burden it was made to carry. A stray light dawns at the edge of your perception.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader from Valancius.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Lord Captain, we have received an astropathic message from Dargonus. Achilles' calendar reports a Xenos raid against a merchant ship in Gartrophol's Calamity. A new message from Master's calendar, Lord Captain. Achilles' aides have reported that the Xenos leader will be heading an attack on the Paradise World Grantis. I focused all my attention on investigating the attacks across your protectorate. I suspected that there was something bigger behind the Xenos attacks, but...
Intriguing.
Time to leave my mark
You want to
upon
say
the
something to
galaxy.
me? I am going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself. Do my eyes deceive me? Explain yourself, Elantak. Why is there a shard of Krudarak in your chamber?
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
Pulsating strands stretch from under Cassia's headpiece, one wrapping around her neck, while the others drain her lifeblood through her weeping eye sockets and mouth. Solomon's bloodless body is sporting enormous teeth of iron pulled from the jaws of his loyal cyber mastiff. Every exposed area of Argenta skin is mottled with an intricate pattern of scarlet blisters, crimson indentations, and charred tissue. A passing ray of light reflects off the countless tiny blades that look like they sprouted from inside Adira's body. Kibella's skin is covered in countless injection marks. Black tendril-like webs of burnt nerves radiate outward around each one. All of the Cold Trader's bones were broken. Her augmented arm was ripped from its socket, and the bones of every finger on the remaining hand are twisted and sticking out at strange angles. Pascal's augmentics were separated but not extracted from his body. The places where they connect to the organic tissue teem with predatory millipedes feasting on the coagulating blood and accumulated pus. Abelard Verzerian's limbs were amputated and then sewn back onto his body with remarkable skill and precision using human tendons.
The world will bow. The tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader himself. Heinrichs gives you a cold look. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, his testimony will conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking, lies and heresy. You dragged this boy into this trial and not expect someone will lend an ear to a lowly heretic's testimony? I thought better of you, interrogator von Calox. I was so very wrong. Lady Theodora's voice sounds even harsher and angrier than you remember. The Lord Inquisitor makes a vaguely dismissive gesture. Enough. Let him speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Let us continue. Then, shielded by the powers of the warrant of trade granted by the Imperium, Theodora von Valancius more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. You have never seen such a contemptuous grimace on the interrogator's face. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasy and heresy, including the current rogue trader, and went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the expanse. Does the rogue trader admit to fraternizing with the Xenos, serving them as a puppet, and rejecting the God Emperor's blessed light for the sake of his heretical desires and base profit? You served the Xenos, you rejected his light, you reveled in your heretical desires and craved based profits. Let's go with the iconoclast. The Xenos is gone. Why is the Lord Inquisitor here? He is dead too. And Theodora's reanimated corpse too. Didn't she die? Everything is wrong here. Died, you say? But who are you talking to? If I did, get one simple truth into your empty head. Your role in these events is negligible. Theodora von Valancius is alive. You were her loyal servant, and she made you serve the Xenos. Yeah, I can't trust my own thoughts. You shall think me the Emperor on the Golden Throne, if I so choose, and think me dead, if it strike my fancy. But this is not what matters right now. Just looking in your direction makes me thick. Why must I speak to the filth? The last words are obviously meant for the court, not you. Heinrichs bends over you with a crooked smile. Rogue Trader, are you alright? Or was your heretical association with Xenos so disruptive that you lost your mind? The mocking words do little to hide his irritation. The interrogator is obviously displeased with the turn the conversation is taking. The Inquisitor leans forward, slightly, at the sight of your anguish. For a brief moment, the boredom in his eyes is gone. It was amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. Theodora shoots the interrogator a nasty look. It is painfully obvious this heretic is dancing to your tune. His word against mine you had lost before you even unsheathed your blade, Heinrichs. You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It was not my intention to bring up unsupported claims. Heinrichs produces a data slate and skillfully manipulates the device until it locates the necessary information. The Rogue Trader has often been accompanied by a Xenos companion, and though the round of trade does allow one to grant sanction to individual specimens, what is this if not a confirmation of the Van Valancius family's loyalty to the enemies of humanity? Some reports note instances of close cooperation between the Van Valancius Protectorate and a crime syndicate involved in the cold trade, the Kasbalika mission. Sullying oneself by rubbing shoulders with such individuals is unworthy of such an elevated servant of the Imperium. The Rogue Trader's ties to the Drukhari, a different subspecies of Eldari, are just as obvious. Who else could help him divine the carefully prepared plans of the Drukhari, if not other Drukhari? Severin von Valancius always ended up in the location of the next Drukhari raid, knowing for certain where they were going to strike. Oh, I can't choose to fight the illusion, so let's go with one. Submit to the illusion. Yes, I did cooperate with Xenos. This I will not deny. But this is not true, because they are not only speaking about Iliad, I think. Cooperation is a double-edged sword. Sometimes you use your partner and sometimes your partner uses you, which is what happened to the Rogue Trader. Lady Theodora used him to undermine the standing of the Imperium in the Expanse. The tribunal remains silent, although those present cast anxious glances at your predecessor. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the Van Valancius dynasty are. The Rogue Trader claims he has been waging war against the Drukhari this entire time, except was there really a war, or was it another carefully staged performance? Heinrichs is looking at you closely, almost without blinking. Allow me to explain what actually happened. Severin von Valancius personally invited the Drukhari to his words, and then used their strength and resources to sow chaos in the Expanse, to gain leverage over his rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim, while working with those who rob your neighbors blind and terrify the worlds that pay you tribute. How much did you profit from this, Rogue Trader? Did you think I would not uncover your pathetic conspiracy? You served the Drukhari. You did their bidding. They helped you survive. Without your Drukhari masters, you would be dead. This is a lie, but I can't control my own thoughts. Let's try to choose one. Willpower. Enough of this circus, Heinrichs. I did not set up any attacks. Or at least that is what you wanted to say. However, the alien will make you say something else entirely. It was originally Lady Theodora's plan. She, a servant, always let me know where the next Drukhari attack would take place. Your pathetic attempts to paint me as a heretic are like a blunted rapier, tedious and useless. Theodora's gaze is not directed at you. She is addressing Heinrichs. I do not think so. Another witness to your atrocity arrived alongside the rogue trader. Iliad silently takes a grateful step forward. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away your doubts. I found a shard of my home in the rogue trader's chambers. An entire craft world vanished among the stars, the only clue to its fate resting in the hands of this monkey. That was when I began to suspect that he had something to do with the misfortune that had befallen my Krudarak. Do not be deceived by his breed. There is a cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. The monkey before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherent in his feeble species. He has mastered the mysteries of many of this world's culture, the secrets of the universe and ancient artifacts, the fine art of war, the intricacies of deceit, all are embodied in a single monkey, however hard it may be to believe. However, the thread that bound our path broke the moment I realized the monkey's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the rogue trader, I tracked down and eliminated his chief tracker, who has pursued our king in his part of the galaxy for many years, and thus earned clemency before this court. So Achilles did not simply vanish. You helped him disappear. Heinrichs nodded curtly. I say he had only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize an impending threat is useless. Heinrichs nods with satisfaction, noticing your reaction, or rather, the lack of it. The court has been presented with enough evidence, so I hope no one is harboring any doubt as to the guilty of the Van Valancius dynasty, but let us allow the rogue trader to say his final words. We are all curious to know what you have gleaned from this inquiry. No, I see that I have been blind. The Xenos have been fighting one another all this time, and I was their unwitting cat's paw. Good, monkey. Enough. After the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body, darkness clouds your vision, and nausea creeps up your throat. But the wounds you manage to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. So, this was not the Inquisitor, this was Archon Nazrake. The weakness of your subjects is an insult to the Council of Archons, and the supreme overlord of Comorag himself, Iremeris, and Iremeris was Theodora. The commanding inhuman voice tears you from the vice of agony, and you see an unknown Drukhari in the center of the chamber whose presence alone causes your insides to clench. Instead of fighting and reaping what they are owed from destiny's hands by force, they dare to crawl into the dark palace, begging for favors. Look at the Drukhari upon the throne. One half of his face is hidden, behind a golden mask, with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malicious, sharp-toothed leer. The Xenos' elaborate armor is decorated with curls and patches of human skin, impaled on countless blades and hooks. He carries himself with authority and ease, as though he is a ruler who holds the threads of fate of all those present tightly in his grasp. Look at the female Drukhari. I think this is Irimeris, but I could be wrong. The Xenos looks menacing. Perhaps she is the personal guard of the Drukhari sitting on the throne. Look at Mahajai. The smug grin has fled Mahajai's face. He clutches the hilt of his blade and casts a vicious look at the female Drukhari in sumptuous armor. Look at Iliet. Iliet absorbs every word, occasionally wincing in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gestures are full of tension, like prey cornered by a pack of predators. Iliet shrinks under the hungry stares of those around her. Listen to the conversation. With the greatest respect, mighty Nazrake, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Earth, first among the chosen, voice of the Overlord of the Dark City, bringer of demise, conqueror of 100 worlds. Nazrake dismisses Mahajai like a bothersome fly. The Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes, Dracon Mahajai, and no longer wishes to. Sly intrigues, ruthless chill, two jagged eyes. Of vitriol verbose, the cut and thrust keep time with fate's own machinations grave, but whose deft footwork leads to naught but dust, while from its brutal finish none can save. This play the puppet master granted me, through murky stalls a path obligingly. The puppet master has Vect himself invited you to this chamber? The Archon chokes on his own words, but quickly regains his composure. No matter, you may be our guest, Erebinian, but you are merely a spectator in this performance, and spectators do not belong on the stage, as you undoubtedly know. Do not interfere. The stranger presses a delicate finger to the lips of his sorrowful mask, and says with a twinkle in the eye, "A shadow in the shadows will I be." Let's try to look at the Eldari who interrupted the trial. The smooth, subtle movements of these Xenos are unlike the rough lunges of the Drukhari or the cautious gestures of the children of Azorian. But your aching head and the lingering fugue prevent you from focusing your eyes on the daring soul who interrupted the Archon. The Xenos catches your eye and nods. For a moment, the play of shadows on the mask appears to twist its expression into a mischievous grin. Recall what you know about Vect, please. Come on. Judging by the Archon's reaction, this is a prominent figure in the Drukhari hierarchy, but memory fails you. You are not familiar with the Xenos by that name. Let's listen to the conversation. The Archon addresses the female Drukhari standing beside him, his eyes alight with mockery, not directed at her, however, for he is still looking at Mahajai. How does the Archon intend to pay for her Cabal's blatant disrespect? I am waiting for your reply, Irimeris, and my patience is growing thinner with each breath you take. So it was Irimeris. Mahajai's eyes widen, filled with astonishment and disbelief. He seems to have been certain of the outcome and did not expect what he is hearing now. His lips twist in an enraged snarl, hatred directed at the Xenos on the throne, and yet it finds no outlet under the gazes of the dozen of Drukhari in the chamber. I humbly bow before the Council of Archons and apologize for this outburst on behalf of the Cabal. Allow me to prove my respect to you with a humble gift. Irimeris points at you with a clawed finger and flashes a satisfied grin. The Dracon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest himself and his amusing monkey plaything with their entourage of hapless freaks will enter your arenas and fight the best warriors for the crowd's amusement. A muffled chuckle can be heard from under Nazrake's mask. Komorag, accept your gift, Irimeris, but what should I do, for Magi is the first among your blades? Should I cast him out of the palace and condemn to disgrace? Or should I be merciful and allow him to leave the chamber on his own? The Archon's chilling gaze falls upon you. I think I know who will make this difficult decision. A creature whose mewling the Council of Archons was meant to heed. Is this not right, Magi? You will receive what you have been longing for. It will be the monkey who decides your fate. Magi's face contorts in despair. His gaze shifts from the Archon to you, then to Irimeris and back, but he does not dare to utter an objection. Okay. I could choose two. I don't want to choose one. I don't want to play their game. Spit in disgust. The lesser races are disgustingly primitive. The Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart addresses Rajai, ignoring your words. I didn't say anything. The monkey cannot even decide the fate of its enemy, and we are hoping that someone here would lend an ear to its words. Amusing. The arenas of Komorag will devour you and your playthings. With a hiss of rage, Magi draws his blades, preparing to fight back. The Archon nods in satisfaction and makes an unfamiliar gesture. The guards draw closer to you. Let us return to you, Irimeris. The laughter of the masked Xenos interrupts the Archon and echoes under the vaults of the chamber in a resounding baritone. And all the masks upon their marks now stand. The slave of vanity, the spire ascends. The thief and traitor cast downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all, their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. The Xenos leans forward and eyes you with genuine interest. The mask hides his narrow face, and his motley garb shimmers in the dim light. Is this how you treat the hospitality of Komorag, Erebinian? The Archon angrily balls his fist, the shadow of his wrath hanging over the Eldari interloper like a thunder cloud. I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. The Xenos sweeps into a theatrical bow without taking his eyes off Nazrake's face. You, Archon, speak a just rebuke in truth. Fate's melodies in snarls fantastic have entrapped me here, and when I heard them play, I could not keep my lips from grinding wide. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat, to where the curtain waits to rise, the love with no beginning, no sends forth the call.
Absit, abi directus.
The world is an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless. No, you rest in the murky gloom, slowly dissolving into nothingness. Sometimes your repose is troubled by unpleasant and persistent tremors coming from the place where your legs used to be. You do your best to ignore them. Away, you vulture, this is not your prey. A vaguely familiar voice reaches you through the curtain of darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you have heard it before. Was it just recently? Or 100 lifetimes ago? The trembling coming from your legs is replaced with a violent, jerking motion. And then it finally stops. From this phantasmagoria retreat and Defty sees my merchant vagabond, the puppet master's strings left dangling. Again, raise up to take your place and dance. A spark ignites in the darkness, and its light ruthlessly cuts through the gloom that envelopes you. An ugly image of the reality around you assaults your retina. You can feel your body again, and realize it is filled with pain. Your shoulder is sore from an injection. Until I get a cup of recaf, my vital status is yet to be determined. Alas, the bliss of death will save you not. The whirling waltz of chance and gloom you will dance. A pricking sensation burns your shoulder, and the darkness at last fully withdraws from your mind. Whatever the injection was, it is making your heart beat a frenzied tattoo, and your pupils narrow so that you now register every detail of the disgusting place in which you have found yourself in merciless clarity. Feel your body. Every single inch of your body is suffering. Satisfied with this result, you do not delve into detailed examination of your misfortune. All your equipment is gone, as are your shoes. You do not even have a knife at hand to fend off enemies or to open your veins. Look around. You are surrounded by the dead, numerous corpses, mutilated bodies, and pieces thereof. Humans, Drukhari, and other Xenos unfamiliar to you lie motionless in this gruesome mortuary. Look at your rescuer. Your eyes refuse to focus on the blurry figure of the person who came to your aid. He appears to be tall, and your mind emphatically refuses to continue, for every moment of concentration causes you suffering. I have seen you somewhere before. Who are you? A dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will and agony. Where am I? Among the shadows in the wings you lie, where taut are pulled the puppet master's strings. The stranger intricately links his fingers to mimic the tools of a puppeteer. My companions, where are they? Not here. The roles have been decided now, but if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together, or to doom. The figure's cruel laughter follows. This overture in verse, the final lines. The merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark you now upon your pilgrimage, and take my parting gift, a humble prop. The stranger deposits something in your hand, and disappears into the twilight. Gift from beyond the grave. Okay? Attempt to rise. You may have commanded multiple planets and millions of lives in your former life, But in this new reality, not even your own will obey you. As if to punish you for your arrogance, your disobedient limbs send a sharp jolt of pain up your body. Pray to the warp gods for help. For a few moments, your prayer goes unanswered, and yet something does reach your tortured consciousness after a while. The familiar feeling of an alien presence descends upon you, but when it speaks, the voices are barely audible, as though you are separated by dozens of thick walls. Sheltered in the web of souls, thirsting, give them to me. Look for the signs, opportunities, break down inhibitions, destroy barriers, find the stifler and destroy it. Let the truth permeate the dark city once more. Help you. Your bare feet feel like they are stuffed with rags and refuse to obey. You have to draw upon all your willpower to suppress the rebellion and stand upright. The pain that engulfs your whole body immediately makes you question the wisdom of this act of defiance. Several gain the pain exaltation effect. Any damage dealt by the character is increased by 10%. Find a way to escape Komorrag. Find the missing companions.